Cat is deciding not to move. So I'll do it by hand.
She wants to share her energy with us.
Yes, yes. Okay, so good to share our energy together on this fifth day, yes? Fifth. Abundance. How about that? May it be so. 3 times. And then we'll do a check-in. Let me start again with the right settings so that we hear it. Oh, we'll let Annalise settle in first. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, I'll just ring the bell 3 times. Calling in from Vreeland, the Netherlands, at the Wijde Blik. Sunny day and curious about today. Happy to.
Calling in also from Vreeland, Annelies. The garden was full with, we call it dew, dow. I do not know the English word. I was so happy.
Dew.
Dew, yes. So, and it enlivened through the rain and the thunder we had in the last days. So, connected with nature.
Good morning, Marilyn from Eco Village Findhorn in Scotland. It's a beautiful morning today, and I want to say happy solstice from yesterday, happy summer from today, and last night at the solstice beach gathering, I got a fabulous picture of dragons, a solstice dragons in the sky. So sent that off to Jude Caravan. Copy to you, Anna-Marie. Yeah, because Jude loves dragons. Yeah, so inspiration. That's what I come with today. And I'm having a really great week. Yeah, thanks.
Look at the dragon car.
This is Flappister Bon Fierce. He's the great grandfather of little Flappy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, 2. She's got 2 dragons. Krakow is known for dragons.
Many more, but we'll leave it for this.
So I am Lisa in Krakow, and I had a wonderful morning walk, and I welcome the day of abundance.
Well, I will follow you, Lisa, for our morning walk in Krakow. And this morning we kept seeing these banners. We are unity. We are unity all throughout the main square. There's European games happening, and that's part of their logo. We are unity. So abundant unity here in World Unity Week. Thank you. And thank you, Hasina, for hosting us And I have one more session today, Art for Peace. Thank you.
What time is that at?
1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. here in Europe.
Let's first do the check-in before we go to practical.
Oh, oui.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sabine, living in Cologne. Happy to be with you all. Very emotional, a lot of tears, a lot of stuff coming out. It's very intense, and yes, so I just felt like crying, and then you came with the dragons, and I started to laugh. So it's all there. Topic peace. I really feel it's my topic inside, having peace with friends, surroundings, and so it's a lot of internal work lately. Thank you.
Kamala checking in from Kefalonia in Greece. It's a gorgeous summer's day. It's like I woke up one morning last week and Greece just decided that we were done with the rains now, and it is so beautiful. All of the trees are in full bloom. I've got figs that are on their way to being ripe. The flowers are exploding in color all over the place. It's just incredible. And it just feels so symbolic of what's going on the inside right now as well. I remember decades ago reading a quote that said, if we want world peace, those who are working towards that need to learn to organize as efficiently as those who wage war, or something to that effect. And at the time, it filled me with sadness because it felt like those of us who were striving for peace were these isolated little minority groups, just scattered in the wind. And this week of connecting with so many people and being part of that opening ceremony where I got to see how much organization went on behind the scenes, with being admitted into the green room and looking at the number of people in there and all of the skill and talent and just so much energy focused into this dream makes it feel attainable. It makes it feel real. And for the first time in a long time, I feel hopeful. I feel like we're so close to that critical mass that's going to shift the operating principles around the globe. And as I was saying earlier, my heart is overflowing, and I'm just so looking forward to stewarding and hosting my first session by myself later this afternoon and contributing something tangible to all of that I've been receiving for the last month. And wow.
Well, maybe I should check in. Wow, this echoes there. Maybe I should check in next because so I'm Hasina calling in from Newcastle, South Africa. And actually I can feel myself just being a bit emotional, because as everyone was speaking, I'm feeling like you were speaking, Kamala, and I feel a sense of we get to, and the thing that we get to usher in this new age of peace and unity that is upon us. And Anna Maria, I realized that yesterday when we were busy with the prep work for the AI plenary, and you asked me if I'd like to do something, and I said I would never say no to that. And it's been filtering it, just that absorption into my being that, oh my word, this is leading edge we get to. So yeah.
Yeah, so beautiful. Kara here in Tivier, France. We did the constellation last night when the thunder showed up again, like it did in our ceremony for the water beforehand. It showed up in Ejna's place, and then after it was done, it showed up here. Beautiful, really beautiful light show. And so I was out playing my ukulele in the dark with the. It's so beautiful. And then when I finished, it went thunderous applause. And yeah, so just feeling that magic of World Unity Week alive in me today.
Thank you. Yes, the magic alive in us. May it be so, and may we spread it with abundance, as is the theme. And I wonder if we could start now at this point, take it to a next step to sending abundance of love to Robert and his community in Uganda, and to all those that are so suffering. And I don't know whether you feel like sharing something, Sabine, to guide us into that. You feel free to say no, because I know I didn't ask that, but I was just wondering whether your voice from and to the heart could give us something, whilst we also in silence just spread the love and light.
If something comes, I'll be happy to serve. Time que eu só esqueci, só pois esqueci, todos esqueci. Morro borriceu assim, todo itito e sai. Morro pai te ri. No borricito e são. Morro boidito e se sai. Moiai que se ego tição que seus que se no paz que soy que soy.
Thank you, Sabine. Sorry, I don't know what that echo is. Your voice is such a beautiful invitation to merge into oneness. Thank you. And Anne-Marie, that sound was the perfect return to the here and now. That combination was powerful. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Yes, that's it. So what would we like to do now? We said we'd do a short check-in. I'm also fine with whatever is needed. But what would we feel would serve us in this kind of like, not really halfway, but a little bit halfway also, a bit over halfway of World Unity Week, and also at the second day of the Living Cities Earth Happy Forum that is also going alongside, is connected, but also in its own space. But tonight it will be in the plenaries here as well. So we will be weaving it a little bit more in. It's still its kind of like own trajectory, but yeah, there is a little bit of a weaving. So, and so many other things going on. I've been kind of locked up in production room and room 1 and in Unity of Justice. So I haven't been able to visit all your other beautiful things, but I hope to do that with the recordings to get a bit of a sense of what's been going on. But I do feel great gratitude for everything that is going on and being put everywhere, and keeping us a bit updated in our WhatsApp. Yeah, that gives me a lovely feeling of how it's going, and I expect I do have a little thing of, oh, and do we have a mission? How are we going to continue after this? What's our mission going to be? I know we have missions in all the other settings, but yeah, if anything that can support us, I'm here. So who would like to share?
I've said from the beginning that my mission is to support other missions. So I haven't declared it officially, and I'm still not sure if I'm going to, but for this space, what I'd like to share is that I would be willing to keep the Healing for Rising room open through the 99 days if anyone would like to present anything in there.
Thank you.
And then that made us decide that the ceremonies for inner world peace were going to stay in the Healing for Rising room as they go through those 99 days.
It sounds like that's something that Living Cities Earth with the Happiness Marathon should have awareness of. So connect with you around that, Kara. I also wanted to say thank you, Kara, for directing me to where I could get all the recordings on Facebook. That's one of the locations. I keep finding a few more, but that seems to be the most well organized, like you can find them sequenced. And yeah, they're very powerful to listen to. And so I know that as a prelude to the one room tonight with the session we had yesterday on happiness, there was just 6 amazing speakers who just took each 10 minutes of exploring happiness as it relates to peace and unity. And I just was feeling so empowered by the end of it, because it just is such a positive energy to bring into the space. So thanks for the recordings, and I anticipate that Marina will link with you the recording that we made from yesterday. And one other thing I wanted to say, yes, the whole sequence of the systemic constellations through the unit of justice, I was really happy that I was able to participate in one this week. I think it was Tuesday. And yeah, it was very powerful. And I've been thinking about the outcomes of that ever since. So thank you.
Thank you. And I want to welcome Robert. We just actually closed with sending you love and light and sound and prayer, Robert, you and your community. So, well, I trust it touched you somehow to be here present with us, and I do hope it also strengthens you and also strengthens those around you that so need that in these times.
Yes, nice to meet you. This celebration I started enjoying World Unity Week in the start, but when we were in the due course, we had some horrible situation where some heartless people managed to come in and kill school children in the western part of Uganda. They bombed the school, so it was horrible, and some of Rejoice Africa staff's relatives were affected, and some were also among that shooting and bombing. So I have been responding to try to help them, try to attend to those situations. And now you can see I'm using a phone because I'm not at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm attending those people, trying to comfort. Now the UPDF, the army are still following for those people, for those rebels to rescue those people who were abducted, those students who were abducted. So it was a bit terrible. So what I'm requesting it is your prayers as we continue celebrating World Unity Week. If you can send a second, you can send a prayer in a second. You pray for those who were killed to rest in eternal peace. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Robert. And we did do that just now, and we will continue to do that and keep you in our hearts and those that are needing that. We were silent. Sabina did a lovely song from and to the heart. We were silent again, and Kara played a bit of music as well. So we can share with you later the recording, but just know that you are in our hearts and minds and sending you love and light for as much as we can.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We had in a meeting this idea of bridging into the 99 Days of Peace and open the space. And we spoke about it and we suggested to do this. And some of us thought it was a good idea. And then you, Annemarie, suggested you wanted to check out with the name and the tribe. And I think a few of us didn't really understand. So maybe you want to clear us a bit about that. And maybe we can decide whether that's a nice thing to do or not. And if it is, when, or do we open the Thursdays to public, or what would be benefit for this?
Yes, thank you. Yes, I said that because we have a Bridging Continents project with the Bridging Continent Council, and when we were coming into this next phase of this room, that has been continuously, coming together to bring together this sequence of this seasonal convergences into Europe and other continents. And there was such a resonance with that, with the few that were here. That's why I changed the name to Bridging Continents weekly calls. We did a fascinating constellation last night, or this morning early, like Kara was sharing, where we were being applauded by thunder. We listened to the 4 birds of the prophecy, because the Bridging Continents Council is serving the spreading of the prophecy of the eagle, the condor, the quetzal, and the hummingbird. That's what it is serving, to bring forth. And I suggest we go on in this context as well. It will be lovely. I am still integrating what came out, how the birds spoke with us. It was a beautiful, profound process and message. So yes, let me come back to us when I've let it settle in a little bit more today and tomorrow, because when is it that we're declaring our missions as stewards and as groups? Is that on Saturday? Asida, do you know that in the schedule? I've kind of lost track of time with schedules. I think it's Saturday we're coming together, isn't it? That we're all coming together to share.
The Room Stewards Harvest is Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, but I don't know about the mission thing.
Oh yeah, but that will be yeah. Okay. Well, let me come back to us tomorrow, just to be able to clarify the connection. But for the rest, very happy to continue. Very grateful also for us taking anything forward and also spreading and bringing in as many as we can to go towards Peace Week. Yes, let's spread the light and the love. That's all what this is about. Thank you for asking, Sabine. Does that help? Good.
I know that in previous years with the Room Stewards Harvest, then presenters are also invited. And so anyone who doesn't know that, you're welcome to come, because it just makes it so much more, that energy is just beautiful.
And in the constellation, we did it blind. It was again so powerful to hear these different elements express themselves and then get revealed what they were and how natural it all fell into place. But one of the very powerful elements was all peoples. Kara was representing. Was it all peoples? Was that the name? Yes. So it was very clear that all of us are in this and manifesting the prophecy in which we all unite around all continents and all life forms, of course. Not only speaking about humans, but it was clear that all people had a role to play. So in that sense, Yes, let's go for it. Camilla, can I just check if there's somebody else wants to speak because of the timing, and we haven't heard any? Is that okay for you to just hold on a minute? Yes. So is there anybody else that would like to share? And welcome, Juliet. Yes, I was missing you. Yay! Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you. I just saw your email now, Hasina.
We just did because you also were very supportive of us doing a prayer and sending love and light to Robert. So we just did that just before he came in. So it was kind of like there. And we also shared that we would keep him in our hearts and the people there and those that are suffering so tremendously.
Thank you.
Yes. So do you want to check in, or Annalise, perhaps Annalise can go first, and then Juliet, you can just settle in.
Yes, who is coming up for me every time and is such a solid person in World Unity Week is Tex Albert. And I was wondering if he's in this group with us or if it's not. Yeah, it feels like he's a missing link because he's such a weaver to us all, and it's really, he differed my sense of connection with each other. So just want to honor that and invite him if that's okay.
Yes, great. Go ahead, please.
May I say, we've invited him, but it's too early for him. He starts at 6 a.m. his time, which is 12 CET. He's doing a meditation in the hub if you want to join, but that's already 6 a.m. in the morning. So this one's too early for him.
Yeah, but he might want to be in the thread. He might want to be in the WhatsApp if he wants.
Yes.
You know, then he does know what's going on, and you can even send us a little message if he wants. We're gonna have this bridging times. I mean, that's like tonight we have the Living Cities Earth in the plenary, in the evening plenary EDT. Some of us are there, but then of course some of us that are in the EDT time are now in Europe. so like Alexander, he's just arrived in Paris. And whilst I was imagining he and Lev would be doing it in the Americas, but we made a recording of some of us, and Lev and will be sharing that with John Raymer tonight. So, Tex prefers Mighty Network. Well, that's one of the things that we have to also go to and practice. So that's a good encouragement to go there. Anybody else? And then I would like to let Camilla share if that's still relevant. Lisa, would you like to? Oh, Brian, go ahead, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you all. I'm honored to be with the Divine Feminine. So thank you for your love and inclusion. I still feel like I'm lagging behind. Technically, I haven't really established a presence in the Mighty Networks, Peace Through Unity, Sign Network. There's so many aspects that come together to connect. And yet I feel, especially in our group, I knew that I had at least 3 presentations, and bless you, Hasina, for allowing me to continually catch up and add in. But still, the feeling of of so much love for Unity Earth, World Unity Week. This is my third year of the 4 years that this has been online. And somehow with this huge change of living in Poland, I'm not fully here yet in terms of full participation. I had a beautiful experience where I was on with Ben and Dr. Shiva and another woman, I think her name was Marilyn or Madeline, about the white tigers.
Linda Tiger in the White Lions. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. And all of us, I was on Facebook viewing it, and all of a sudden Ben wrote me directly, "Where are you watching this from?" And all of a sudden we were just in this beautiful connection. And last year, Lisa and I awarded Ben with our Awakening Peace Award, and I could see it on his wall. And then he held up his holos and sent me a picture of him wearing the holos. And I feel like he represents all of us. And for him to take those few minutes of corresponding with me, the Brian I that's here as a person, I feel the incredible grace of this community. So blessings to all of you for holding this space for myself and what I can share. Thank you. Love you.
I just reply to what you said, that you said you felt you were lagging behind, and I don't see it that way. We all express ourselves differently, and just because you're not called to, you know, these aspects, that it drives you to do it in the now, that doesn't mean you're lagging behind, because you're called to so many other things. You were called to 3 presentations, which, I mean, they're life-changing. Like the whole of last night was life-changing with all those speakers, and including you and Lisa. So you're not lagging behind.
I think it's the mission statement. I know that there's at least one, if not a broader, multifaceted mission.
Doesn't have to be words.
Yeah. Thank you.
Lisa, do you want to let us hear your voice too?
Yeah, I feel very grateful to Hasina and the whole event. And we were 3 times, or I was 3 times in the room, and it was beautiful. The healers circle, I really appreciated to be with wonderful other healers from many different areas and backgrounds. It was very inspiring. Then regarding the Holo movement, and last night, this life has shaking you to awaken you. So I think I liked really the title, because it's like, okay, yeah, we are all shaken, what's going on in the world, bigger world, in the personal world, and how does it awaken us? So, and the whole World Unity Week is about it, and it's really very inspiring to see all the different amazing people doing what they need to do. So I feel also a little like I would like to participate in more rooms and more presentations, and probably everyone feels that. But besides my work here with my clients, I'm a little bit, oh God, how to organize that all. So, but overall, I feel just very, very grateful to be part of the World Unity, So, thank you. Sharing what you are up to, though I have not a room, I'm just participating in Hasina's room. So I'm happy to hear what you're all doing. So thank you.
Well, Hasina is coming to the Unitive Justice Room today. So maybe you can come and listen to her there and join in, because she's going to speak there.
So
and then Julia, perhaps you can share.
I absolutely love the togetherness and co-creating together in a discussion. So it's 2 to 4 p.m. CET. So if you'd like to join in that would be amazing. Yeah.
That's in Unitive Justice Room?
That's right. That's right. Yes, it's I have been again and again confirmed the importance of this topic, and that's one of the things that is part of our mission anyway, to continue this deep exploration about what is unitive justice in these times. Welcome, Suzanne. Camilla, do you want to speak? Please share. While Suzanne settles in to check in after that.
Okay. So many other things have come up since what I originally wanted to say.
Just let it pass. Don't worry. Just sense it to the now. We don't need to,
Brian, I just feel called to remind you of something that I have, or you have reminded me of something that I kind of lost track of a little bit with all of the focus on the now, which when you said you feel like you're lagging behind, it reminded me of a deeper understanding that I have let fall by the wayside, that there is no such thing as lagging behind or moving ahead. All that comes to us happens in the divine timing. All is as it should be. And that includes your feeling that you're lagging behind. It is appropriate for you to acknowledge that feeling, but to also come back to the source of that feeling. What is that disconnect from the deeper knowing that there is no such thing as lagging behind? And that is the perspective that I am trying to take with me, to my disappointment that I will be missing the Stewart harvest on Saturday, or trusting that perhaps circumstances will change to allow me to participate. I'm not sure. A friend of mine arrives that was in high school with me and now lives in Germany, and she's coming to spend a week with me here in Greece, and she arrives in Kefalonia at 9 o'clock our time, which means that I have to leave here at 8 o'clock, which is exactly 1 o'clock EDT, in order to fetch her from the airport. And I feel like, I've been trusting the synchronicity with this week so deeply that I have to trust that this is as it needs to be. And what I would appreciate in terms of support is if somebody could perhaps either record a Zoom call with me or send me a document with the types of questions or topics of conversation that would happen during the steward harvest, and I could perhaps offer some sort of feedback beforehand that could be shared during that time, or just experience it in some way.
Yeah, I think we didn't get solid on when we would do that harvesting prep. I think so. Maybe want to, as a Healing for Rising Room, get that in a calendar.
Okay, so maybe Cara and Camilla can look into that. Juliet, would you like to say something? Because I'm just conscious of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, what's really struck me this week is I'm really starting to feel that I'm shifting from seeing things, perceiving things through the Homo sapien eyes to the evolutionary eyes. And that's been really exciting. And it's back and forth a bit. So I really appreciate what Brian was saying, because sometimes I feel that. And then the evolutionary eyes come over with the divine timing, and then, just that other. So I'm kind of caught between, but I'm starting to feel now I'm shifting more to the default program of evolutionary eyes as opposed to Homo sapien 3D, which has been really exciting. It's the first time I've kind of felt this shift so strongly. The other thing I just wanted to mention was we just got a text from Tex, and he was asking if our room would host Kurt Johnson on the 25th from 4 to 5. Now it's the same time as, that's 5 to 6 CET. It's the same time, it seems, as the plenary. So I'm not sure if it's not the same time?
No, if it is, then we shouldn't do it. I mean,
okay.
and I think, John, I mean, I cannot imagine that Kurt is not, well, if Kurt is aware of that.
Well, he's suggesting 11 to 12 a.m. and I see the plenary is 11 to 12:30. He just put it up apparently yesterday and asked about if somebody would host him. Tex said he would do it. Would our room do it? I said, if it's okay with World Unity Week, I'll be there, but I don't know if it is.
And what's the plenary?
The plenary is, Saturday's plenary, 11 to 12:30 p.m.
And it's not Kurt Johnson, it's Kurt Kruger. So that makes.
Sorry, thank you, Kurt Kruger. Thank you.
That makes a difference. Okay. Well,
thank you, Annelies.
Yeah. In principle, the principle is that we don't do something in the plenary time so that everybody can go to the plenary. In reality, of course, that doesn't always work. There are rooms that are doing things, but the question is whether you feel, I mean, I wouldn't do it unless it's so extremely important for timing, but I would acknowledge the fact that we have that agreement, but I'm leaving it up to you to decide whether.
Well, I wrote that back at the same time as the plenary.
Yeah.
And I was concerned about that, but Kurt Kruger apparently put out a word last night saying he felt it was very urgent and this was the perfect timing. And I just felt, well, maybe with the plenary, I can watch it on video afterwards, but I don't want to step out of line with others, but I'm very happy to support if that seems that is helpful, then I'll make sure I'll help support it. But I don't know how we find out if that's okay or not.
Well, it is up to us to decide. It's our decision as the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting a no, just intuitively.
Yes, I'm getting a no too.
A no, not to host it? Okay, thank you. I'll write back.
Annelies?
I had a yes. I already had a yes, not conscious of the timing, but conscious of including as well, because I thought that his presentations were not everywhere accepted or hosted. So I believe it might good to open for his voice. So
But that could be another timing, yeah?
I would suggest another timing, and I would suggest that he still is welcome in our room. So that's maybe the question.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what it's about? Because I presume you have been
trauma and stress.
Okay.
Trauma and stress in for these times. I'll just read you. It just says Kurt Kruger is well-prepared presenter. Yesterday, within a few hours, agreement was reached, and he made a presentation in Coming Home to Peace. His trauma proposals seem pertinent to this room. He responds rapidly by email. I agree to host him if I can be there. And it just says trauma stress releases for these times on Healing for Rising. Just when we needed a time to let go traumas and stresses of today, discover some simple, profound practices that provide more permeable peace throughout the body, emotions, mind, thus tapping the wonders of the spirit. So desired time is 11 to 12 on 24th. And he was hijacked on an airplane, which led to offering stress management programs at UN, Oxford University Medical School. And he's listed as, it just goes on to explain.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually forward this to everybody. And then anyways, I guess there's Carmilla too. See.
Tomorrow, Friday is available at 12:30 or 1 o'clock till 3. 1 till 2:30 is available.
Is that 12:30 EDT or our time?
EDT, yeah, looking at our Trello board, Healing for Rising.
12:30 is.
Okay, so can we suggest that you look at that
okay,
how to do that with Carmilla and Juliet and Cara, if you can do that, or in the app, but that we just acknowledge the time, and then I just ask Suzanne to say something. Thank you.
We can discuss it in our WhatsApp group further.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for taking care in many ways. And Suzanne, would you like to check in and check out? How are you doing, and where are you calling in from?
Check in, check out. I'm fine. I'm just a little bit sleepy. I was online until 5 or something in the morning, so still after that I still go back and have another nap. I feel very excited. That's all what I can share at the moment.
Okay. Yes, thank you for being present in quite a few times in the work that we've been doing in the different rooms. So saw you regularly. So anything that we feel wants to be shared now? Marilyn, would you like to share something, or link, just point us to some of the programs that are continuing also with Living Cities Earth, or are you complete for now? And thank you for your beautiful solstice letter. I don't know if everybody saw it, but otherwise I highly recommend you put it in our chat too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anna Marie. As Anna Marie mentioned, we're in one room tonight with Lev Gordon, who is one of our key co-founders of Living Cities Earth. And the exploration that we had pre-recorded, he will no doubt comment on. And I think you said that John Raymer was holding that with him. So that would be very interesting. I'm very excited about that because I've been wanting to connect with John for a long time. And they're actually living in a similar area, so maybe they'll get to see each other alive. But one thing I wanted to make sure that Hasina knew, that tomorrow the focus for Living Cities Earth is on youth leaders. And I feel like this relates a lot to your work. And so we're exploring how Living Cities Earth can create the conditions for the leaders of tomorrow, the future leaders, and working with youth. So I just think that's worth mentioning as well. And we will also on Saturday be having another focus on connecting with institutional partners. So it's always been a dream of mine, because as a founder of Integral City, to see cities connected like a mycelial web around the world. And I think that what's happening through Living Cities Earth is this is sort of exploding. And I think that this is it's certainly my fourth, maybe my fifth year with World Unity Week in various roles. And it just feels like it's evolving in different ways. So thanks, Anna Marie. And I'll put the link to my newsletter in the chat because it also has links to all of the sessions I've just mentioned.
Okay, so shall we do a little one-word checkout round, popcorn style?
Unity.
Abundance.
Gratitude.
Thankful.
Bubbling curiosity.
Healing.
Grateful awe.
Rich connection.
Love. Universal love.
Oneness.
Change.
What was that, Suzanne? Can you say it again? I didn't understand.
Change.
Change. Are we complete? Okay. Well, thank you all. See you somewhere around.
Thanks, everyone. You're all so inspiring. Blessings, blessings.
Thank you.
Anna Marie, do you have a minute after this?
Yes.
Off you.
Okay, see you around. Thank you.
Thank you, Cara. That's beautiful.
I'll pop off.
No, it's okay.